Good day, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Before we move on to the next chapter of our discussion, let us first have a quick recap of what we have discussed last meeting. So, last meeting, we defined what PE is. We also discussed the legal basis of PE, the history of physical education, the objectives of physical education, physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual. We also discussed the aims of PE, and lastly, the reasons why physical education is important to school. So this morning, let us start our session with a simple question. What does it actually mean to be healthy? Para sa inyo, ano ba talaga yung meaning ng pagiging healthy? What does it actually mean to be healthy? Is it just the absence of disease? Or is it something more dynamic? As we go on with our discussion this morning, malalaman natin, paano nga ba natin masasabi na healthy tayo or healthy ang isang tao? Today, we are going to dive deep into two concepts that are absolutely central to our quality of life: physical fitness and physical wellness. While these two terms are often thrown around interchangeably in casual conversation, they actually mean very different things. Bakit ko ito nasabi na nagkakaroon tayo ng interchangeably in casual conversation? It's because way back nung high school and elementary ako, 'di ba kung naaalala niyo yung chapter 1 na nagkakaroon nga ng misconception in teaching PE or even the MAPE subject itself. Kasi yung nagiging teacher natin noon, hindi naman talaga graduate ng BSE MAPE or hindi naman talaga sila BPED graduate or BCAED graduate. Kaya nagkakaroon ng misconception. Ito yung na-experience ko nung elementary and high school because yung naging teachers ko in MAPE or specifically PE na lang kasi since PE yung subject natin, ay yung naging teacher ko, hindi talaga siya MAPE graduate. Imagine, English major talaga siya, nag-aaral siya. Kaya akala ko, pag sinabi natin na physical fitness at physical wellness ay iisa lang yung definition or meaning niya. Hindi pala. So, by the end of this discussion, we won't just understand what they are, but we will also look at how to measure them, how to test ourselves, and most importantly, how we can safely build a body that serves us efficiently every single day. Let's get started. First, let's break down the physical side of this equation: physical fitness. So as you can see here on the slide, according to our slide, it refers to the ability of your body systems. We are talking about your lungs, your heart, your muscles, and your blood vessels. Bakit kasama siya? Because we are looking here na nagwo-work ba siya together efficiently? Gumagana ba siya ng maayos? And what is the end goal of this efficiency? It's to allow you to stay healthy and perform the activities of your daily life without getting wiped out. So what does it mean pag sinabi kong without getting wiped out? Hindi yung at the end of the day, let us say ngayong araw meron kayong tatlong online classes. Sabihin natin, dalawang online class, isang face-to-face. Yung without getting wiped out, at the end of the day, pagod na ba kayo? Exhausted na ba kayo? Or you still have time na makapag-walking, makapag-jogging kahit gabi na? You still have time na makapag-video call sa friends ninyo. You still have time na pag inalok kayo ng friends niyo, uy, labas tayo. Kasi bukas ang pasok natin hapon pa naman. May energy pa ba kayo to do that? Na kahit paano, kahit nakakapagod yung buong araw ninyo, eh, at the end of the day, kahit nakakapagod nga siya, you still have the energy to do some extracurricular activities in your life. Think of physical fitness as your body's operating capacity. If you are physically fit, your body is like a well-tuned, fuel-efficient sports car. You don't struggle to climb a flight of stairs. You don't throw your back out lifting a grocery bag, and you have plenty of energy left over at the end of the day to enjoy your hobbies instead of collapsing onto the couch or even matutulog na lang. It is fundamentally about your capability. Tandaan natin yun ha. It is fundamentally about your capability. So by just a show of hands, pakitaas na lang yung kamay ninyo. Who here has felt completely exhausted just from walking up the stairs? Yung pagtaas nyo sa second floor, pagod na pagod lang, second floor lang yun. Sino dito yung parang, pagod na ako, hinahabol nyo na yung hininga ninyo? Or kahit sino na lang dito yung pagod na pagod dahil lang binitbit yung bag nila na may 3 libro at isang notebook. Kung pagod na pagod kayo dun sa activity na sinabi kong example, that is your body systems telling you they are working under high stress. Tandaan po na pagpagod na pagod tayo, you are working under high stress. Now, how does this contrast with physical wellness? Di ba nga sabi ko kanina, akala ko pag sinabi nating physical fitness ay kaparehas siya ng definition ng physical wellness. Akala ko parehas lang sila, iisa lang sila. Now let's look at physical wellness. The slide tells us that physical wellness means taking care of your body so that you can feel good, be healthy, and get things done. If fitness is the state of your physical systems, wellness is the lifestyle and the choices you make to maintain and support those systems. Tandaan natin that wellness is the active process of living. It involves what you put into your body. Like proper nutrition. Ano nga ba yung mga kinakain natin? Lagi ba tayong nagja-junk food? Umiinom ba tayo lagi ng alcoholic beverages? Ng alcoholic drinks? How much water you drink? Sanay ba kayong uminom ng at least 7 to 8 glasses of water a day? Or sanay lang kayo sa 3 glasses of water a day? Okay na. How many hours of quality sleep you get? Kasama pala yan dyan. And how you manage stress. Look at the items on the screen. Tingnan natin yung items dito sa screen. The notebook represents tracking your habits. Pero ako I'd be very honest with you, na I myself, hindi ako nagta-track ng habits ko. The apples represent nutrition. The water represents hydration. Siyempre, importante ang tubig sa katawan natin. And the shoes represent active movement. Kung ngayon po, kahit hindi pa tayo nag-exercise masyado, sana ngayon kahit paano napipilit ko na kayo na importante na mag-exercise tayo. Kahit pa konti-konti lang. Tandaan natin na ang physical wellness is the conscious journey of self-care, how you take care of your body. So to make sure we don't mix these two up, let's put them side by side on the next slide. Sabi ko nga po sa inyo na hindi siya nabigyan ng tamang justice yung definition nung nag-aaral pa ako. Kaya para hindi natin siya ma-mix, kagaya nung nangyari sa akin nung bata pa ako. This slide perfectly summarizes the distinction. Ano nga ba talaga yung difference nila? When we say fitness, this is highly specific. It refers directly to your physical health. It is your literal, measurable ability to complete a physical task. Like running a mile under 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or even an hour. Or lifting a specific weight. Or simply the lack of a physical illness. It is physical, quantitative, and task-oriented. Yun yung physical fitness. Wellness, on the other hand, my dear students, is holistic. It is a broad spectrum. It refers to the balance of various health-related elements in your life. This includes your mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and physical health working in harmony. Think of it this way. You could be physically fit enough to run a marathon. Siguro, sabihin natin na kayang-kaya nyong tumakbo sa marathon. But, if you only sleep 3 hours a night, eat junk food constantly, and suffer from extreme stress, your fitness might be high, but your wellness is severely lacking. Tandaan natin that true health requires both. Hindi lang tayo nag-focus sa fitness, but also kailangan din natin mag-focus sa ating wellness side. So how do we know if someone is physically fit? Let's look at the key indicators. Dito na tayo sa key indicators. 'Di ba sabi ko nga kanina? Pero dito sa key indicators na to, my dear students, tandaan natin na hindi lang naman dito umiikot yung key indicators na ay physically fit person ako kasi kompleto tong limang to. May mga iba pa. Ito lang yung sinama ko since this is really related with our discussion this morning. Ano? How do we recognize a physically fit person? We look at these 5 key indicators. Number 1, this is all about endurance without stress. It means a fit person rather, can endure physical activities for relatively long periods without their body experiencing undue distress or panic. That means your heart rate recovers quickly. For example, sa face-to-face natin this coming week. Pina-jogging ko kayo doon sa covered court sa RSC ng 10 ikot jogging. After nung nakakapagod na jogging, makaka-recover ba kaagad yung heart rate ninyo, yung lungs ninyo? Or meron ba sa inyong hihimatayin kasi parang hinahabol yung hininga, naubusan ng hininga? So that is for number 1, endurance without stress. Number 2. Number 2 is all about repetition without fatigue. You can repeat movements over and over again without your muscles burning out or giving up prematurely. That means, my dear students, na for example, kahit paulit-ulit yung activity na pinapagawa ko sa inyo, hindi sumasakit yung muscles ninyo or yung katawan ninyo. Kung yung number 1, it is all about your heart and lungs, dito sa number 2, nagfo-focus tayo sa muscles ninyo. Hindi sumasakit yung muscles ninyo kahit paulit-ulit yung activity. For example, pina-push up ko kayo. Sumakit ba yung katawan niyo after push up ng 5 minutes? Number 3. Number 3, my dear students, it is all about exertion of effort. You can lift, push, pull, or even control your own body weight easily. This is functional strength. Dito sa number 3, kaya nyo bang buhatin yung katawan ninyo? Uulitin ko ha, babalikan ko yung sinabi ko kanina. Itong indicators na to, it doesn't mean na dito lang iikot yung pagiging physically fit ng isang tao. Kasi hindi naman lahat kayang mag-push up, hindi naman lahat kayang mag sit-ups. Ano po, lalo na kung hindi naman natin yan kinasanayan. Number 4. So, number 4, my dear students, this is all about the full range of motion. You can move your joints smoothly through your full natural pathways during work and play. And they aren't stiff or rigid. We are talking about here your flexibility. Maybe you are thinking na, kasing flexible po ba ma'am ng mga gymnast? No. Yung hindi naman kasi ang mga gymnast kasi, kaya napaka-flexible nila kasi since bata pa sila, let us say as young as 6 years old, nagtitraining na talaga sila to become flexible para maging magaling silang gymnast. Eh tayo, kung hindi naman tayo gymnast, yung full natural pathways lang during work and play. What does it mean? For example, may nahulog sa floor na ballpen, lapis, or notebook ninyo or kahit ano pa man yan na gamit. Nung pinulot nyo siya, sumakit ba yung likod ninyo? 'Di ba mga problema naming mga trentahin. Sumakit ba yung likod ninyo or hindi sa pagpulot lang? Or dun lang sa simple na pagtie ng shoelace ninyo. Tinali nyo yung shoelace ninyo. Sumakit ba yung likod ninyo? So that is all about full natural flexibility lang naman sa atin. Yung mga simpleng bagay na paggalaw-galaw, sumasakit ba yung katawan natin? Lalo na pag medyo nasi-stretch siya. And lastly, healthy body composition. So for number 5, we are talking about here your body composition. You maintain a relatively healthy, balanced percentage of body fat. Pero tandaan, not too high, but also not dangerously low. Tama lang na katawan. When all 5 of these check marks are met, you are looking at a highly functional, physically fit human being. Why should we care about achieving this state? Bakit nga ba importante na ma-achieve natin to yung state na to? What does it actually do for our lives? Bakit nga ba siya importante? The significance of physical fitness goes far beyond just looking good in athletic wear, my dear students. Yan ang tatandaan natin. Look at this incredibly powerful list of benefits na pwede nating makuha if we are a physically fit person. So, hindi ko naman siya babasahin pa isa-isa kasi kung iisa-isahin natin siya, marami-rami siya. Just to sum it up, there are benefits that we may gain physically. So, dito sa physically, it strengthens your heart muscle, meaning it doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood. It lowers your blood pressure as well, regulates your blood sugar. It also improves your blood circulation and helps you manage or prevent illnesses like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Mentally and emotionally naman, syempre may magigain din tayo dyan na benefit. It keeps your mind sharp as you age by promoting brain cell growth. It boosts self-system, improves your relationship with your body, and increases your daily energy levels. Kung natatandaan pa yung five objectives of PE, yung physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual, 'di ba? Halos related lang siya dito sa discussion natin ngayon. And lastly, productivity. Tandaan natin, my dear students, that when you are fit, your body operates with less effort. That means kahit hindi kayo mag-effort ng sobra, hindi kayo mapapagod, pero magagawa ninyo ng maayos yung isang activity, making you significantly more productive at work or even at school. Nakukuha po ba, mga anak, yung discussion natin? Can you still follow? Sana nandyan pa rin kayo, ha? In short, physical fitness doesn't just add years to your life. Tandaan natin, ha? Physical fitness doesn't just add years to your life because it adds life to your years. Kasi the more na productive tayo, gumagalaw-galaw tayo, na-enjoy natin yung life natin. Hindi lang tayo stagnant yung buhay natin na papasok lang sa school, after nyan, matutulog kasi pagod na. I-enjoy natin yung buhay natin. Kasi isa lang yung buhay natin at maikli lang siya. So, make it, enjoyable. I-enjoy nyo siya. To understand how to build this fitness, we must break it down into its core structural components. Ito yung sinabi ko sa last week sa inyo sa chapter 1. Na yung kung natatandaan pa yung pangalawa na basta yung sa pangalawang aims ng PE. Dito na papasok yung sabi kong i-discuss ko for chapter 2. To target our fitness effectively, we must understand that physical fitness is not a single giant concept. Yun yung tatandaan natin. It is divided into two distinct categories. As you can see here, two categories, health-related components and skills-related components. Sa skills-related components, my dear students, we can also call it performance-related components. On the left side, we have health-related components. These are the elements of fitness that directly impact your disease prevention, longevity of your life, and basic daily survival. They are crucial for every single human being, regardless of whether you play sports or not. Maybe, iisipin nyo, ma'am, hindi ko naman kailangan masyado i-develop itong components of physical fitness kasi hindi naman po ako athlete. Hindi naman po ako athlete. Still, my dear students, it's important for us to kahit paano i-develop itong mga components na to kasi ginagamit natin siya sa day-to-day activities natin. On the right hand, we have skill-related components. These are more focused on performance, sports, and athletic capability. Yan yung tatandaan natin. They dictate how well you can move, react, or even play. So, let's unpack the health-related components first. Dito muna tayo mag-focus sa health-related components as they form the foundation of our physical existence. Kung nakikita, 6 dito, 6 dito. Let's look at this slide where we will define and explore tests for each health-related component. Kaya ako magpapa-face-to-face sa inyo because we will be testing your ability. Saan nga ba yung strength ninyo? Alin yung weakness ninyo? We will know your limitations and your capabilities. Dito papasok yung spiritual development. So let us discuss them one by one. Ma'am, kanina 6. Bakit ngayon 5 lang yung sa health-related? Later on, malalaman natin bakit nga ba. Okay? Number 1. Let us look closely at this table. These five components are the absolute bedrock of human health. Tandaan natin yan. I want to break down each one of these terms, explain exactly why they mean physiologically, and give you clear examples of how they show up in real life and how we test them. The first one is cardiovascular endurance, or tinatawag din natin siyang cardiovascular fitness. Ano nga ba ang cardiovascular fitness? From the word cardio, this is the capability of your cardiorespiratory system, specifically your heart, your lungs, and your blood vessels. Ano ginagawa niya? Yung ability ng heart, lungs, and blood vessels ninyo to deliver oxygen-rich blood to your working muscles during prolonged, continuous physical activity. Say, for example, balikan natin yung example ko kanina. Sabi ko nga, what if sa face-to-face natin, I ask you to jog 10 ikot doon sa covered court ng RSC? Sino-sino ba sa inyo yung after yung 10 ikot, ma'am, okay lang ako, nakakahinga pa ako na maayos. Yung iba, ma'am, wait lang po, pagod na pagod po yung heart ko and lungs ko, hindi ako makahinga na maayos. Ano po? So that is cardiovascular fitness or endurance. Madali bang mapagod yung puso ninyo or hindi? Sana malinaw ako, no? Ano nga ba yung test na pwede natin gawin dito? Ang test na pwedeng gawin natin dito, 1-mile run, jump rope, or even 3-step test. Yun yung ipapagawa ko sa inyo. Hindi ko nalagay sa PowerPoint presentation, pero yung 3-step test, 3-minute step test, yung gagawin natin sa Tuesday. Number 2, sana I am making myself clear. Ano po? Sana malinaw tayo. Number 2, we have here muscular endurance. For muscular endurance, from the word, kung ang cardiovascular fitness or cardiovascular endurance, madali bang mapagod or hindi ang puso at ang lungs ninyo? Ang muscular endurance naman, madali bang mapagod or hindi ang muscles ninyo? This is the ability of a specific muscle or a group of muscles to perform repeated contractions against a resistance over an extended period of time without fatiguing. So, tandaan natin na madali bang mapagod yung muscles ninyo. For example, balikan natin yung example ko. I ask you na mag sit-ups kasi yun naman talaga, or curl-ups, yun naman kasi talaga ang ipapagawa ko sa inyo sa face-to-face natin within 1 minute. Pagkatapos nyo bang mag-sit-ups or mag-curl-up, masakit na ba yung katawan ninyo or hindi? So that is muscular endurance. Madali bang mapagod yung muscles ninyo or hindi? Sumasakit ba siya or hindi? Am I making myself clear, my dear students? Sana mas nalilinawan na tayo, ano? Number 3, from the word itself, muscular strength. Strength. Gaano ba kabigat yung kaya nating buhatin? This is the maximum amount of force a muscle or muscle group can exert against a heavy resistance in a single maximal effort. So unlike endurance, my dear students, strength recruits fast-twitch muscle fibers and relies heavily on your central nervous system's ability to signal and contract as many muscle units as possible at the exact same instant. Tandaan natin na magkaiba ang muscular endurance at muscular strength, ha? Pag sinabi nating muscular endurance, kahit paulit-ulit yung isang activity, sumasakit ba yung muscles ninyo or hindi? Ang muscular strength naman, gaano ba kabigat yung kaya ninyong buhatin? Malinaw na po ba? Okay, thank you so much. Sana malinaw. Let's come now to number 4. Ang number 4, uulitin ko, hindi naman ganun ka-flexible ng mga gymnast yung kailangan natin dito. We are looking here, yung mga simpleng bagay lang na ginagawa natin, nai-injure ba tayo or hindi? Yun na nga po yung example ko kanina. Nung nahulog yung ballpen, notebook, or kung ano pa man nagamit yun sa floor, pagpulot ninyo, sumakit ba yung likod ninyo? Or sa simpleng pagtie na lang ng shoelace ninyo, sumakit ba yung likod ninyo or hindi? That is flexible. This is the absolute range of motion available around a specific joint or a series of joints. Opo. Sana malinaw tayo dyan. Ano yung, kung nakikita pala, sorry ha, balikan natin dito, ang muscular endurance and muscular strength, ang ipapagawa ko lang naman sa inyo ay curl-ups or sit-ups in 1 minute. Ma'am, what if hindi ko yan kaya? Tandaan natin na you have 1 minute naman. Wag nating dadayain yung sarili natin, ha. Tandaan po na ang tinitest ko lang naman sa inyo dito, I just want to know your limitations and your capabilities. Hindi kailangan makipagkompetensya sa kaklase na, ay, within 1 minute naka 50 na curl up si ano. Hindi pwede. So, dapat ako 50 rin. Kung ilan lang po yung kaya ninyo, yun lang tayo. Huwag ipagpilitan yung mga bagay na hindi naman kaya. Kasi pag pinagpilitan ninyo, it just means na parang dinadaya natin yung sarili natin. Kung ilan yung lang yung kaya, kung sa 1 minute kaya nyo lang mag-curl up or mag-sit up ng 5, 10, okay lang. Kahit nga 3, okay lang. As long as makita kong nag-effort kayo at gusto nyong malaman yung limitations and capabilities ninyo. Parehas lang naman yung test dito sa muscular endurance and muscular strength. Sa flexibility, ang gagawin natin ay V, sit, and reach. Don't worry, magde-demonstrate naman ako kung paano siya gagawin. And lastly, we have body composition. Ang body composition, this is the relative percentage of fat mass compared to lean body mass, which includes yung kilo ng muscles ninyo, your bones, the water in your body, your organs, and connective tissues. Baka isipin ninyo, ay si ano mataba. So siya yung unhealthy or overweight yung katawan. Ay si ano siya yung payat. So baka underweight siya. Ako, sakto lang ang katawan ko. So ako yung normal weight. No. Tandaan natin, my dear students, na dapat kino-consider pa rin natin yung genes ng family. Kasi may mga genes naman talaga na, alam nyo yon, masyadong malaman. May mga genes naman talaga na talagang mga payatin talaga. Ano kaya hindi natin pwedeng i-diagnose yung kaklase natin na ay mataba siya, ay payat siya. Overweight siya, underweight siya, ako yung normal, 'di ba? Hindi pwede yung ganun. Sa body composition, ulitin ko, still nagdedepende pa rin yan sa genes ng family. Opo, kung ano yung body structure na meron sila. As you can see here, yung test na gagawin natin is pinch test. Hindi naman yung kukurtin ko kayo, no. Hindi natin to gagawin since wala tayong caliper. Yun kasi yung equipment na ginagamit para ma-check natin yung fats sa katawan natin. Hindi natin to gagawin. Pero instead, ang gagawin na lang natin is we will compute your BMI. Opo, we will compute your BMI. So, sana pagpasok natin sa face-to-face, alam natin yung kilo natin, alam natin yung height natin, para matamaan natin yung pag-compute natin sa BMI. So, tandaan po, sa health-related fitness components, we have cardiovascular endurance or fitness, muscular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility, and body composition. Balikan natin yung sinasabi ko kanina na, ma'am, bakit 5 lang yan? Di ba 6 yan kanina sa PowerPoint presentation? Yung organic vigor kasi, my dear students, kung titingnan dito ang organic vigor, kung titingnan yung organic vigor, my dear students, hindi siya masyado binibigyan kasi ng pansin. Siya yung pang-anim ko. Hindi siya masyado binibigyan ng pansin, pero I think it's important na makasama siya sa health-related components. Ano nga ba pag sinabi natin organic vigor? Yun yung pang-anim ha. Pag sinabi natin kasi yung organic vigor, this is the overall soundness, health, and functional efficiency of your internal organs, like your kidneys, your liver, your digestive tract, and endocrine systems. So, it represents your body's baseline biological vitality. Tandaan natin na bakit isinama ko siya. Kasi ang organic vigor, if you are having a highly resilient immune system that rarely catches colds, hindi kayo madaling mahawaan ng sipon, ng ubo, ng lagnat, experiencing smooth, efficient digestion, and waking up with natural, robust energy without needing massive amounts of caffeine, that means okay ang organic vigor ninyo. Through regular medical checkups, blood pressure readings, and blood panels showing normal, healthy organ function. Ito sa organic vigor, nalalaman natin ito pag nagpapa-check up tayo. Kaya siguro hindi siya masyado pinapansin. Pero okay, sinama ko pa rin na, tandaan natin na may 6 sa health-related components. We have muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility, body composition, at yung hindi masyadong pinapansin na organic vigor. My dear students, pakitandaan ito kasi magpapa-quiz si ma'am sa face-to-face class. Po, sana malinaw na yon. Nakuha po ba ang health-related components? Okay, thank you so much. If health-related fitness is about living a long, healthy life, skill-related fitness naman, my dear students, is about performance, athleticism, and how dynamically you can move your body. And let's break these 6 incredible skills down. Uulitin ko, kahit hindi po kayo athletes ha, importante pa rin naman na kahit paano, i-improve natin to kasi sabi ko nga po, ginagamit din naman natin to sa pang-araw-araw natin. Okay? Number 1, we have here the agility. So, pag sinabi nating agility, my dear students, ginagamit natin to ano. For example, pumunta kayo sa school, napakaraming tao, lalo na this coming week na meron tayong foundation anniversary mga celebration. Siyempre, matao yan sa school. Ano yung ginagawa natin para hindi tayo matamaan ng mga nakakasalubong natin? Di ba umiiwas tayo, umiilag tayo? Yun yung tinatawag nating agility. The ability to rapidly and accurately change the direction and position of your entire body in space while maintaining speed and control. Ano po yung simpleng pag-iwas natin? Ay, agility pala yun, ma'am. Opo. Pero, kung titignan natin yung mga sports involved dito, basketball, football, dodgeball, boxing. Ang boxing, for example, di ba sabi ko nga pag-iwas ng katawan? Di ba sa boxing, syempre nagsusuntukan yan. Para hindi matamaan or hindi masuntok yung boxer. Say for example, si Manny Pacquiao. 'Di ba umiiwas siya? So napakabilis ng agility niya. Opo. Ano yung test na gagawin natin? Instead of shuttle run, ang gagawin natin ay hexagon agility test. Ako ha, I'd be very honest with you, my dear students. Hindi okay. Weakness ko ang agility. Ang bagal ng agility ko. Okay, number 2, wala lang, share ko lang. Number 2, we have here power. Tandaan natin, ang power po, this is a combination of speed and strength. Tandaan natin ang power, this is the ability to exert maximum muscular force in the shortest possible time. It is the combination of strength and speed. Ano po? That means speed and strength. Ano yung mga sports involved? Martial arts, taekwondo, weightlifting. Dito tayo, di ba? Kung kilala nyo si Heidelin Diaz, ang ating Olympian champion sa weightlifting. Si Heidelin Diaz, bakit combination of speed and strength? Strength kasi di ba mabigat yung barbell pag binubuhat. Saan naman, ma'am, yung speed? Yung speed, syempre, kailangan ng mabilisan na pagtaas over her head para maitaas yung barbell. So, that is power. Ano po, it requires your speed and strength. Sa taekwondo naman, syempre, di ba kung nagta-taekwondo kayo, para maiwasan natin na masipa tayo nung kalaban natin, syempre, di ba dapat umiilag tayo, agility yon. Yung sa taekwondo, yung power na rin-require natin dito, syempre, mabilis na pagsipa sa kalaban. Pero dapat malakas para kahit paano ma-knockout mo yung kalaban mo. Ano yung test na gagawin natin? Standing long jump. Napo, standing long jump ang test na gagawin natin dito. I'll provide the meter stick, don't worry. Uulitin ko, I'll demonstrate first bago kayo gumawa nun. Number 3. For number 3, we have here coordination. Ang coordination, my dear students, this is the ability to use your senses, like your sight and hearing, together with your body parts to perform motor tasks smoothly, accurately, and efficiently. Tandaan natin na sa coordination, kung nakikita dito, sports involved, kickball, tennis, badminton. Dito na muna tayo sa badminton. Di ba ang badminton? Kailangan may senses and body parts. Ang sense natin, sense of sight. Paano natin gagamitin yun? Para makita natin kung saan tatama or mahuhulog or pupunta yung shuttlecock, we need our eyes, our sense of sight, syempre. And ano yung body part na kailangan? Para mahabol natin yun, syempre gagamitan natin ng legs to run para mahabol yun. Para maibalik natin sa kalaban natin, sa opponent natin, yung shuttlecock, we need our arms. Nahawak natin yung racket, then papaluin natin pabalik. So that is coordination. Coordinating yung senses natin at yung body parts natin. Malinaw po ba? Malinaw po ba? Sana nakukuha po ba? Sana nakukuha ha. Ang skill test na gagawin natin or fitness test na gagawin natin ay ball bounce. Kung nakita sa instruction ko, kung wala kayong lawn tennis ball, pwede naman yung mga bola na plastic. Kung alam niyo yung bola sa pickleball, pwede yon. Or pwede naman kayong gumamit ng improvised na bola, yung papel na pinag-crumple, tapos i-tape nyo na lang paikot. Pwede naman nga kayong maghiraman dyan eh. Next, Number 4, syempre speed. From the word itself, I know that you are familiar with the word speed. This is the ability to perform a movement or cover a distance in the shortest possible time. Ilang minutes mo ba kayang matapos ang 100-meter dash? Ilang minutes mo ba kayang matapos yung 400 meters? Ilang minutes or oras mo ba kayang matapos ang 2 kilometers sa pagtakbo or paglalakad? So that is speed. Malinaw po ba? Number 5, let's come now to balance. Ngayon ang balance. Ngayong nakaupo kayo na nakikinig sa akin, or naglalakad ba kayo kasi papunta kayo sa school, or tumatakbo ba kayo ngayon, nagra-run kayo kasi nag-exercise kayo, natutumba ba kayo or hindi? So that is balance. Meron kayong equilibrium sa katawan ninyo. The ability to maintain an upright posture or control your body's center of gravity, whether you are stationary or tinatawag nating static balance na nakaupo lang kayo, or even nakatayo lang kayo, or moving, tinatawag din natin siyang dynamic balance. You are running from one place to another or even walking. Okay? Sana malinaw tayo sa balance. And lastly, reaction time. My dear students, for the reaction time, this is the amount of time it takes for your brain to process a stimulus. Pag sinabi nating stimulus, object siya or sometimes sound, and initiate a physical movement in response to it. Kung nakikita ninyo dito sa reaction time, ang example natin ay, ang sports involves rather, ay swimming, baseball, and athletics. Sa swimming tayo mag-focus. Di ba pag sa swimming, kung may mga swimmers dito, I don't know, di ba, yung putok ng pistol gun, yung putok ng pistol, or even yung tunog ng whistle, pag narinig natin yon, di ba pag swimmer ka, ang initial reaction mo, pag narinig mo na yung pistol na pumutok, or yung whistle, you have to quickly dive into the water. Tama ba ako? So that is reaction time. How quickly you can respond to a stimulus. Ano nga ba yung test na gagawin din natin? Ruler drop test. My dear students, sana yung ruler na dadalhin nyo sa face-to-face natin ay yung plastic ruler. Kasi pag yung kahoy baka masugatan kayo, lalo na yung metal, kaya yung plastic lang tayo ha. So balikan ko lang, ulitin ko lang my dear students ha, when we say there are two components of physical fitness. We have health-related components. We have skill-related components. Under health-related components, we have cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility, body composition, at hindi masyadong pinapahalagan na organic vigor. And on the other hand, we have skill-related or performance-related components. May anim din tayo: agility, power, coordination, speed, balance, and reaction time. May tanong po ba? Wala? Okay, thank you so much. Sana malinaw sa atin yun, ha? Next. Sana malinaw sa atin yun. Testing our limits is exciting, lalo na kung hindi masyado kayo gumagalaw-galaw. Nakaka-excite na malaman natin yung strength and weaknesses natin. But, safety must always come first. Let's look at how we can perform these activities without getting hurt. Para wala sa ating ma-injure, tandaan natin itong 8 tips na sasabihin ko ngayon. Ano po? As your instructor, my dear students, your safety is my absolute number one priority. We want to build our bodies up, not tear them down. Before we perform any physical test or exercises, we must commit to these 8 safety rules. Number 1, disclose your health conditions. Sabi ko nga po, sa Part Q Plus test, printed in a short size bond paper, kung meron kayong medical condition, please pakiamin ha. Kasi ayokong nagpa-activity ako, tapos hindi nyo inamin, baka magka-injury pa kayo or madisgrasya kayo, magiging kasalanan ko pa po yun. Malinaw po ha, sana. Maging umami tayo. If you have asthma, a heart condition, a recent injury, or anything else, tell me immediately, include it in the Part Q Plus test, and samahan na din po ng photocopy lang ng medical certificate para alam ko on how to modify the activities that I will be giving to you. Number 2, I always use partner system sa activities ko. Always work in pairs, look out for each other. If your partner looks pale or dizzy, nahihilo sila, namumutla, stop and help them. Tell me immediately para mabigyan natin ng first aid. Number 3, listen closely. My dear students, ako pag face-to-face talaga, I'm telling you, stricto ako sa face-to-face kasi ayoko yung hindi sumusunod. Kasi ang PE po, kahit tinatawag na PE lang yung subject, napakadelikado niyang ituro, lalo nang we are talking about here the skills at mga exercises na pwedeng may ma-injure sa inyo. Listen closely. Follow all instructions carefully before starting. Kaya makinig po lagi. Number 4, warm up and cool down is a must. Never skip the warm up. Bakit? We need to prepare our muscles and raise our heart rate slowly. Afterward, we must cool down to prevent blood pooling and muscle stiffness. Napaka-importante ng warm up and cool down para hindi po sumakit yung katawan ninyo. Number 5, dress the part. Proper PE uniform and rubber shoes are non-negotiable. Since wala pa kayong PE uniform, okay lang din. Basta isuot na muna yung jogging pants, sweatpants, leggings for the girls. Pwede yon. Yung jogging pants ninyo ng senior high school or junior high school, pwede yon. Basta yung makakagalaw kayo ng maayos. They protect your joints and prevent slips. Number 6, scan your surroundings. Pay attention to the people and equipment around you to avoid collisions. Tandaan natin na para wala tayong matamaan na kaklase, tandaan, hindi yung galaw lang kayo ng galaw without even checking your surroundings. I-check lagi. Number 7, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink water before, during, and after activities. Don't wait until you are parched. Huwag nating hihintayin ha na kung kailan uhaw na tayo at malapit na tayong himatayin, saka lang kayo iinom ng tubig. Napaka-importante ng tubig. So please, magdala kayo ng tubig. Pag face-to-face natin, extra t-shirt, towelet, para may pampunas kayo. Yung tubig, kasi hindi ko na kayo papalabasin sa RSC once na mag-start ako ng klase ko. Hindi ko kayo papalabasin kasi alam niyo naman po that it's along the highway para iwas din tayo sa disgrasya. And lastly, speak up. The moment you feel pain, extreme dizziness, or shortness of breath, stop and notify me immediately para mabigyan ko kayo ng first aid. Malinaw po ba yung aking tips to engage in physical activity safely? Para walang mai-injure sa atin. Malinaw po to ha? Sana lahat sumunod. Thank you po. So when we follow these safety tips, we unlock the beautiful physiological transformations waiting for us on our final slide. Ano nga ba yung nag-i-increase dito? Your muscle strength and endurance build up, making task feel lighter. Your heart and lungs become highly efficient. Your physical stamina high skyrockets. Your bones become denser and stronger. Your joints become more flexible and you build a powerful resistance to injuries. Ano naman yung nagre-reduce sa katawan natin pag meron tayong physical activities? Your blood pressure drops to a healthy range, your risk of developing cardiovascular diseases drops dramatically, and you burn off excess body fat, especially visceral fat. Ano nga ba yung naitutulong pa niya sa katawan natin? It helps you maintain a healthy body weight easily, naturally regulates your appetite, and dramatically improves your digestion while preventing issues like constipation. Ano po? May na-increase, may nababawas, may naitutulong siya. Sana napipilit ko na kayo ngayon na kahit paano, kahit at least 5 to 10 minutes paggising ninyo, mag-stretching tayo. Ano po? It will help you little by little. Ultimately, my dear students, your body is designed to move. Ito yung sinasabi ko lagi sa mga estudyante ko na ang katawan natin hindi pwedeng nakahiga, nakaupo lang. Our body is designed to move. When you move it, it rewards you with health, energy, and happiness. May tanong ba? Nakukuha po ba, mga anak, yung discussion natin for chapter 2? Because we are actually done with our discussion. Okay? So, kung wala ng katanungan, thank you so much for your time today. Let's make a commitment to choose wellness, build our fitness, and take care of the only body we have. I am open to any questions you may have, and that's all. Thank you so much. Sana pakinggan talaga itong discussion ko kasi yun na nga, magpapa-face-to-face na ako next week and syempre meron tayong quiz. Sana i-check nyo na lang po itong PowerPoint presentation since I already sent it in our GZ. That's all for this day. Goodbye everyone. Ingat and I hope to see you all this coming face-to-face. Goodbye everyone. God bless. and ingat.